Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Why fans think Derek Dillard is worse than Jim Bob Duggar? Counting on alum, Derek Dillard is one of the most controversial sons-in-law of Jim Bob Duggar. The two have had feuds despite initially having a strong relationship. Many were surprised by Jill and Derek's claims in their book, Counting the Cost. Some of them talk about their horrible past with the Duggar family patriarch, including his lies about paying Jill for the show. However, some Redditors think Derek is far worse than Jim Bob Duggar. Keep reading to see the shocking discussion. Counting on Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard's controversial claims against Jim Bob. Some of the biggest claims of Jill and Derek about Jim Bob were his lies about making his fourth daughter sign papers just before her wedding. Jill had no idea what it was and wasn't able to fully understand it as she was caught up in the whirlwind of wedding preparations. The Counting on alum later realized that it was a contract binding her to the reality show for the next 5 years of her life. Jill and Derek also claimed that they received no money from Jim Bob, despite their appearances in the family's reality TV series. Fans think Derek is worse than Jim Bob. Some Redditors discussed why they think Derek may be worse than Jim Bob. According to the poster, they've been reading Counting the Cost, and they were not impressed by Jill's husband. The Reddit user later said that he was only after money and was never interested in being on the show. Instead, he wanted to be a missionary. It was also mentioned that the former Counting on star doesn't seem to care when discussing IBLP standards. One instance was when he looked uninterested and kept looking at the TV while he was talking to Jill Duggar Dillard about wearing pants. Others agreed and pointed out that Derek Dillard is no different from his father-in-law. Some also said that he doesn't seem dismissive of his wife's emotions and only focuses on his needs. And aside from the actual money, what seems like it went both J and D over the edge was when he couldn't get aid or loans for law school. I think up until that happened, they might have let it go, but that's just asterisking with your potential and the ability to take care of your family and made decisions. Any reasonable person would have lost theirs asterisked. Derek did seem really dismissive of her emotional needs much of the time. She was clearly struggling with the decision to wear pants. I understand to him it wasn't a big deal, but he didn't put an effort to understand why it was a big deal to Jill. He had a debt-free 4-year degree, yet chose to ditch a steady job to play missionary and volunteer at Cross Church, all while constantly begging for donations. Counting on. How are Jim Bob Duggar and Derek Dillard today? Jim Bob and Derek's relationship has been strained for quite some time. Many believe that the two no longer talk, even with the possibility of crossing each other's paths at family gatherings. During last year's Christmas, Jill and Derek Dillard surprised many fans after visiting the Duggar compound. The married couple interacted with most of the Duggar siblings. However, Jim Bob was nowhere to be found during the big day. Meanwhile, Jill Duggar Dillard has made it known that she's now looking forward to a better relationship with her family. The Counting on alum has already spent some time with her mother, Michelle, but she remains discreet about her status with her dad. If you are looking for more Duggar family news, come back to TV Shows Ace for all your updates. Why fans think Derek Dillard is worse than Jim Bob Duggar. The Duggar family, known for their reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting and later Counting On, has become infamous for its strict religious values, controversial parenting methods, and an array of scandals over the years. While Jim Bob Duggar, the family patriarch, is often at the center of scrutiny for his role in guiding the family and managing its public image, his son-in-law, Derek Dillard, has come under fire in recent years. Some fans believe that Derek is even worse than Jim Bob in certain respects, due to his actions, public statements, and the way he has handled his relationship with the Duggar family. The rise of Derek Dillard's public persona. Derek Dillard, who married Jill Duggar in 2014, initially appeared to be a relatively quiet figure in the family. However, over time, his public persona has evolved, especially after he and Jill distanced themselves from the Duggar family and the TLC network. Derek, who had previously worked as a missionary in Nepal, found himself at odds with the Duggar family's teachings after his marriage. He has since used social media to express his frustrations, particularly with Jim fans consider Derek more problematic than Jim Bob is his outspoken criticism of his in-laws, especially Jim Bob's management of the family's finances and their media portrayal. Derek has accused Jim Bob of being financially controlling, claiming that Jim Bob took a large portion of the money earned from the Duggar family's reality show and business ventures. This public allegation has created a divide in the family, and it painted Jim Bob in a light that many fans have sympathized with, despite his own controversial actions. Derek Dillard's public statements and criticism. In addition to his critiques of Jim Bob, Derek has been outspoken on a variety of issues, from his views on LGBTQ+ rights to the Duggars' religious beliefs. His social media activity, in particular, has sparked significant backlash from fans and critics alike. Derek has publicly expressed disdain for the LGBTQ+ community and has shared controversial views that many find problematic, even beyond the scope of the Duggar family's already conservative ideologies. These comments, while in line with the Duggar family's fundamentalist Christian beliefs, were perceived by some as more extreme, especially given that Derek is a younger member of the family, who many thought might eventually evolve on these issues. Furthermore, Derek has accused his in-laws of imposing extreme religious and cultural control, claiming that his experiences with them left him feeling brainwashed and restricted. While Jim Bob is widely believed to be the driving force behind many of the Duggar family's beliefs and decisions, Derek's criticism of the family structure and the toxic environment within it has painted him as a highly critical figure. This sharp departure from the Duggar family's way of life, coupled with his harsh words on social media, have led some fans to view Derek as just as damaging, if not more so, than Jim Bob. Derek's conflicts with TLC and the Duggar family. Another major factor contributing to the belief that Derek is worse than Jim Bob is his complicated relationship with TLC, the network that aired the Duggar family's shows. Derek and Jill's departure from Counting On in 2017 was marked by a series of public disputes, with Derek accusing the network of exploiting the family and the way they were portrayed on the show. While Jim Bob was often seen as the mastermind behind the family's public image, Derek's willingness to speak out against both TLC and the Duggar family's portrayal has led to a perception that he is using his past experiences to gain media attention, sometimes in a way that feels disingenuous or vindictive to fans. Many Duggar family followers feel that Derek's grievances against his father-in-law are part of an effort to regain control of his narrative, which is often seen as a personal vendetta. This, combined with his previous remarks about the family's finances, has caused some fans to feel that Derek is more about taking revenge than offering constructive criticism. Derek's portrayal as the bad guy. In many ways, Derek Dillard has taken on the role of the bad guy in the Duggar family saga. His actions and outspoken behavior have led to a polarized view of his character. Some fans see him as a whistleblower, someone who is calling out the Duggar family for their manipulative and abusive tactics, particularly Jim Bob's authoritarian control. Others, however, believe that Derek has become a bitter figure, exploiting his family's name for attention and damaging the reputation of a family already mired in scandal. This duality has made him even more controversial than Jim Bob Duggar in the eyes of many fans. While Jim Bob's actions as the patriarch were largely driven by his unwavering beliefs and his efforts to maintain control over his large family, Derek's criticisms are often seen as personal attacks. Jim Bob has remained a largely silent figure in the face of these allegations, while Derek has used his platform to make loud, public statements about his grievances. Ultimately, the perception of Derek Dillard as being worse than Jim Bob Duggar is subjective. Fans who admire the Duggars might view Derek's outspoken nature and the airing of family grievances as an attempt to create drama and harm the family's image. On the other hand, fans who are critical of the Duggar family might see Derek as someone trying to expose the truth and break free from the toxic environment created by Jim Bob's strict leadership. Whether or not Derek is truly worse than Jim Bob largely depends on one's perspective of the Duggar family dynamics. What remains clear, however, is that Derek has carved out a space for himself in the world of reality TV drama, And many fans will continue to debate whether his actions are a sign of a protective son-in-law standing up for what he believes. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our Reality TV 24 channel